So in this video of Node.js, we'll cover a very important part of it, that is the Express framework. You can take it as a very separate technology also, but in Node.js, for creating any APIs, we will definitely use this Express framework. So let's have an introduction about it. We have already seen the usage of HTTP module for creating the web applications. For that, we used to open a browser and start making the request for a HTTP module. You can do that from there also, but this one is quite customized, and you can perform the rapid application development by using the Express framework. So the creating web application using HTTP is a long process, and in Express you will get some of the predefined functionality which will give you some added benefits. So what is Express is all about? Express is a web application framework for Node. Alright, you can separately call it Express.js also. Okay, it is a minimal and flexible framework. As I said, like, it is flexible. You can make it the applications, like all the functionalities are predefined over here, and it facilitates rapid application development. Now, what are the features of it? Like, it performs the routing. Okay, routing, you don't need to go for the particular programming implementation. You have the predefined functions right here which you can use for the routing scenario. You can maintain the sessions via cookies using Express. You can parse the incoming request, that may be in JSON also, means because whenever you are working with any JavaScript technology like Angular or Node.js, the major data source is always a JSON format. Alright, so it does provide you the parsing features of JSON, and it rejects the malformed request, means if some request is not particular, so it will automatically reject that particular request. Now, this is a sample application which you can create using Express.js. So here you see, first of all, I have included the Express. You need to install that using npm install express, and then you call this Express function will assign to this app. So what will happen, this function is an object of Express. So this app object will now take care of this complete Express application. Whenever you want to perform a routing thing, you see there is a get method. So get slash means you are requesting for the home page, and as soon as you will do that, you will get a message in the browser, hello world. So it's a very simple hello world program. Get is one of the way to make a request. Here, while working with Express, you can perform some other HTTP verbs also, like get, post, put, delete. Generally, get is for reading the data, but when you want to create a new data in a database, so you use the post request. To update, you use put, and to delete, you use delete request. All the HTTP verbs will be here as a method, so you don't need to program that. You just need to call and do the relevant operation inside. Alright, so let's see it practically how we can create a sample Express applications.
So here in the first application of Express, you can see, like, first of all, as always, I have included the Express module in my current program. I have already installed the Express module in my application using npm install express command. After that, you see, like, I'm passing the Express function to this app. So now this app will carry the Express application. Alright, since this object will help us to create the Express application. Now, whenever you see I will make any use of any HTML verb like get, post, put, and delete, we will use it with this current object itself. Here we are using get to read the data, right? If you want to create a new, you will write a post request. If you want to update, put, and if you want to delete, a delete request for that. So we have a specific HTTP verb for a specific task. Here we are using app.get. So here, as you see, I haven't passed any particular page. It's slash, means this is nothing but a simple get request for the home page. Alright, so for that particular task, what we are doing, we are sending a response like hello world. Alright, so if you want, you can print a message here as well in the console, like using console.log. So let's see how this output will look like. So first of all, I need to start the server. So I have a command prompt here. I'll use node app.js to execute, and here you see example app listening at this particular port 8081. Right? Now let's open the browser in order to make a request. So here you see http://localhost, and here we have the server 8081. So as soon as we'll do that, you see we get the response called hello world. Now here, as you can see, like I have added a couple of more GET requests. Like this one is for the simple homepage application. Alright, this one is for the GET request for the homepage, and here we have the request for the about us. Alright, so I'm printing just these messages in the console in the server application. Alright, and here it is the list. You can see like starting I have put an asterisk symbol, which actually means like there could be anything in that place, but it must end with the list word. Alright, so whenever this pattern will match, we will see this result out there. Alright, so let's see how this will look like. So let's restart our server again. Alright, and let's go to the browser. As here you see it's still hello world. If I'll make a request for about us, you see about us, and if you will write anything which ends with the list, like let's say employee list, page listing, if you say department list, still the same thing. Alright, so you can create the multiple GET requests for the different pages, different type of pages for the routing thing here. Whenever we make a request, like any clients make a request, so rather than sending a simple message, server usually sends a web page. So now let's see how we can send a web page to the user whenever he makes any request. So here, as you can see, like when you'll make a GET request for the form, we are rather using this response.send, we are using the send file method, where you must pass the absolute path of the web page. So here we have already created the form.html, which looks like that with a couple of text boxes and a submit button. So here I'm sending the same page whenever it will make the request, like dir file, that is the global object which will return the current path of the application, and right inside that you will get my page called form.html. Alright, and as soon as you will make a request, it will be sent. Before that, you can see there is a use method as well. This use method will be used whenever we want to make any middleware in our application. Middleware means any request which needs to be responded before the actual request. For example, if I want to create the particular routing for a page, so I want that routing should be performed before the actual page request. So such kind of things will be done inside the use function. Right here we have created a folder, a directory called public, inside which you can put all the public objects like the style sheet, images, JavaScript code, whatever else you want. Alright, so right now we have just said public, so whenever you will have to pass the, or you will have to use that style sheet or image or JavaScript file, you don't have to give this name, you can directly start calling those particular files. Whenever we will make a GET request, as I said, so we'll be getting this one. So let's see how it will be done. So let's restart my page. So here you see node app.js. So again my server is started, and now when I will make a GET request, let's open a browser, and again let's make a request with the port number 8081/form. Alright, so as soon as you will make the request, you see I have the form. Now what will happen, I got the form, and right here inside the form you can see in the action attribute we are using the same URL with the port number, and there is something process.get, which is actually we are making the GET request. That means whenever you will click on the submit button, this will be called. And how to handle this? we have make that implementation right here, the very same value called process underscore get. Here what we'll do, we'll actually make the first name and last name in the JSON format, as the controls name here are first underscore name and last underscore name. So we are using the very same values and we are getting those through the query string, and we'll put that in the attributes called first name and last name in the JSON file. And finally, we will send that JSON format to the user. Now, let's see how that will be done. So here in the first name, I will write tutorials, and here I'll write point. So as soon as I will submit this, you will see like first name tutorials last name point, and here in the console as well you will get the similar thing. Alright, but you also see like here in the address bar you are getting all the values. So that simply means if it is a secure data, we will not be able to make these kind of things. So whenever we will submit this particular form, we'll try to make a post request and we'll try to implement some security. So let's see that now. So now converting it into post request will do around three changes here. First is adding this body parser. Alright, so you see body parser is another module which we are using in our program. Probably we'll have to install that also if you have not installed it earlier. And here you see like for this particular page, what I'm doing, we are encoding the URL so that the complete string should not be visible in the address bar. And what we have done, we have set the extended false so that the additional string messages will not be there. And then while making this request, we are using this encoded parser here. And one more thing, like rather than putting it on get like earlier, we have converted it to the post request. All right, and rest of the things is quite similar. Like we'll make the get request for this form, it will be sending it by send file, and almost all the things are same. All right, even here as well, the stringify thing in JSON is exactly same. Now let's come to the page to make a couple of changes right there as well. First is we'll change it from get to post request, and now these as the request in app.post we are using process underscore post, so you just need to change that as well. Okay, so now let's again run this program to see what are the changes. Right, now my server is again on running mode. Let's open the Chrome. Alright, now we got the page here. Okay, so let's execute it again, like first name tutorials, last name points. Let's submit it again. We'll get the same output, but you see like here you don't find the additional strings. So this is how you can make a secure conversation using the post request in your Express framework. Now in this program you can see like we are compelling a user that they have to pass the parameters while making a GET request. So here along with this slash he will also have to pass a product and then some product name or product ID after that, as it is mentioned in this regular expression. Whatever you will enter, the first product will be taken from these parameters, and you can see we will be giving a message here requested that particular product. So let's see how this program will look like. So let's execute this program like node app.js, and let's open the browser and we'll make a request with this server. You see cannot get. If I will make a request for products, still it will say cannot get. But now after that, if I'll pass any product name like tutorials or any product ID like 102, so it will be responding like that.
And similarly, if you want to pass the product ID as the parameter name or as a params, you can just pass the colon symbol and any parameter name right here. And while reading, you can simply say request.params and then whatever you are passing right here. So let's see how it will look like. The server is already running. So let's come to the browser, and here we'll make the request like requested 1234. If you will put any value right here and whatever either number or string, it will be shown as
similarly.